Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and please do not forget to like and subscribe, thank you. I carried him in my heart while he held her hand. Song Hye-kyo breaks down in tears after Lee Min-ho announces wedding date to Kim Go-eun. I have always loved him. Why would he do this to me? By Moonlight Echoes, April 14th, 2025. She was the woman who loved quietly, faithfully. The woman who smiled for the cameras while her heart whispered the name of a man who never looked back. Today, that woman, Song Hye-kyo, South Korea's beloved queen of grace and poise, is no longer hiding her pain. Because today, the man she once loved from the shadows, the man she waited for with a heart full of fragile hope, has chosen someone else. Lee Min-ho is getting married, and the bride is not her. I have always loved him in silence, in shadow, in secret. Why would he do this to me? These were the trembling words of a woman whose soul shattered not on a stage, not beneath a spotlight, but in a quiet hotel room, far from the cheers of the crowd, the moment she read the headline. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun announce official wedding date this autumn. The smile on her lips vanished. Her hand fell limp by her side. And the tears came, not like a storm, but like a lifetime of sorrow finally breaking free. A love never spoken, but always felt. Though Song Hye-kyo and Lee Min-ho never confirmed a romantic relationship, the world saw what they tried to hide. The way he looked at her when she wasn't watching. The way her laughter softened when he was near. The way fate kept placing them in each other's orbit, and yet never quite let them collide. They were the perfect what if. The perfect maybe in another lifetime. The perfect love story that never got to be written. She loved him like a poem written in invisible ink, said a source close to the actress. Only the truly observant knew it was there. And now she's broken. The breakdown. She couldn't breathe. She just kept repeating, he chose her. He chose her. According to staff who were present with Hye-kyo during a private fitting session for an upcoming gala, everything changed the moment the wedding news hit the internet. She was glowing just an hour before, one assistant shared. Laughing. Chatting. She even said, "It's a beautiful day." But when her phone buzzed, everything in her collapsed. She read the announcement once. Twice. Then a third time. Her hands trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. She didn't say a word. She just stared ahead, lips parted as though trying to form a prayer that would never come. And then, like glass under pressure, she shattered. She started crying, not softly but with the kind of heartbreak that makes you forget how to breathe, another witness said. It was the cry of a woman who realized the man she once hoped would come back to her had already built a future with someone else. I was always there, and he never saw me. These words, reportedly whispered by Hye-kyo through broken sobs, pierced the hearts of everyone in the room. A deleted post that echoed the depth of her pain. That evening, Song Hye-kyo posted a heart-wrenching message to her Instagram story. It was gone within 10 minutes, but not before fans screen-captured every word. He was the ache in my chest and the peace in my silence. I stood in the crowd and watched him love someone else. I prayed that someday he'd turn around and see me, but today, he walked past me forever. It was not just a goodbye. It was the sound of a soul mourning a dream. She's not just crying over him, she's crying over everything that could have been. The sorrow in her heart is not merely about Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun's upcoming wedding. It's about the years she spent holding on. The nights she stayed awake wondering what if. The days she smiled for the world while privately grieving a love that never even began, but somehow hurt more than the ones that ended. Do you know how cruel it is to love someone so deeply and never get to tell them? She confided to a friend days before the news broke. To watch them walk past you, not once, but over and over, without ever realizing they carry your entire world in their hands. Fans around the world cry with her. The internet is a storm of tears. Hashtag stay strong Hye-kyo. Hashtag she deserved better. Hashtag the one that got away. Millions of fans across Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia, and the US have rallied behind her, sharing artwork, video edits, and long letters of support. One fan wrote, "She is the love story that deserved a happy ending. And yet, she keeps getting handed broken chapters." Another wrote, "She carried him in her heart, and he never even noticed. That's the worst kind of pain." And what of Lee Min-ho? The actor has remained silent. No statement. No acknowledgement. No hint of remorse. And maybe that silence hurts even more than the wedding. Because sometimes the deepest heartbreak isn't caused by betrayal, but by being forgotten. Kim Go-eun's joy, Hye-kyo's silence. Kim Go-eun is glowing in the media, smiling at events, graciously thanking fans, standing beside Min-ho like the queen of his heart. And she deserves her joy. But somewhere, just beyond the spotlight, there stands another woman. One who once believed that maybe, just maybe, she could have been in that place. One who now walks alone through the ruins of her hope. The woman who loved too quietly, for too long. Song Hye-kyo has loved deeply before and lost. But this time it was different. This was the love she never touched. Never kissed. Never confessed. And somehow that made it hurt more. She didn't lose him to another woman, a close friend said. She lost him to a future that never even gave her a chance. And yet she rises. Because that's what Song Hye-kyo does. She cries. She bleeds. She breaks. And then, she gets up, even with tears on her lashes and cracks in her soul. And when she does, the world falls in love with her all over again. Because she is not just an actress. She is a woman who loved so fiercely, so quietly, so beautifully, that even the pain she carries becomes a work of art.